I set this on the side for 2 days and did not hollow it out first, and this is what I paid for that. Big cracks might render it unusable, but what I'll do is I'll fill them with glue and sawdust and see if I can salvage it. Moral of that story is, if it's moisture at all, do it all in one shot or it's going to break. Still got some water in it and some cracks. Spalted alder. Rough out another bowl and put it away to turn it to final shape later. The plan was to rough turn this rain-soaked blank of spalted alder to an even thickness of about 1 inch on the sides and the bottom, put it away to dry evenly, and then turn it again for final shape. But I got distracted, as usual, and got only the outside turned before setting it aside for a couple of days. I'm holding the handle much too low. The angle of the tool against the rest and the hammering effect of the unround blank drives the tool rest into the work, no matter how much I tighten it. I decided to try a round carbide cutter. The handle held horizontal. I had almost no experience with carbide tools and didn't know what to expect. At this rate, I'll die of old age before I finish this bowl. I switched to a 1/2-inch bowl gouge, the largest one I had at the time. It's amazing how much easier work is when you use the right tool for the job. As I gain confidence, I try to pick up the pace. The work lets me know that's not a good idea. As the blank becomes closer to round and in better balance, I turn up the speed to almost 1,000 RPM. The belt is not tight enough and it slips. I've got to tighten up the belt. Belt is slipping too much and there's not enough torque. I'll open a beer and start work on that. It's getting there, but it's slow. The spindle roughing gouge is getting dull, so I switch back to the bowl gouge, which I should have been using all along. And it's close. Actually, it's just about perfect. Not quite perfect, but close enough. Damn, wood is sharp. This, which I left on there, not realizing I was doing that. Yeah, here's that dagger that poked a hole in my hand just now. getting a little tired. A long time ago, you start to think you're getting tired. It's time to quit. Well, I know I should hollow that out tonight. I'm going to have to come down about here on this. Anyway, I'm not going to do it tonight. I set this one aside for 2 days and did not hollow it out first, and this is what I paid for that. Big cracks might render it unusable, but what I'll do is I'll fill them with glue and sawdust and see if I can salvage it. Moral of that story is, do it all in one shot or it's going to break. This glue is Titebond 2, by the way. I don't know what the difference is between Titebond 2 and Titebond 3 other than price. I will set this aside for another day. Well, that's still open. Maybe it will hold together. Okay, where was this? Number 1. That's pretty true. I'm surprised. Yeah, but the wall thickness with this. sharpen. Yep, now we're good down to there. Really feels like beer time, but I need to get this shaped so it doesn't become distorted overnight. That's about the bottom of the bowl right there, so I need to just clean that up. Don't get in a hurry. A little high right here. Little dimple right in the center. Not a dimple, a pimple. This is going to take an awful lot of sanding sealer and stuff. And do I want to leave that shape because that's mighty thick down there? Or do I want to come back out here and bring this down some? okay to about here, and then this, yeah, I think I do. Want to do that? What I need to do now is seal this, sanding sealer and dust. Should have shut my eyes first. Guess the only way you can keep from tearing out grain on this heavily spalted alder is extremely sharp tools and extreme patience, and I probably lack both in sufficient quantity. Okay, I think nothing more we can do here. Knock off the big lumps so I don't have to sand them off. This has been drying overnight. A little more. I think I'm going to call that good. Sand the rest of that. rough in places, but I'm going to go ahead and sand it. This is uneven here because the bowl has changed shape, but I need to get in there and come down throughout this area until it's even. I think we're going to have to settle for a certain amount of imperfection on this one. I'm going to try the technique of putting glue in the little cracks and sanding lightly over it. I'm going to fill the end grain too. See how that works. Still a little bit of tear out here. Look at that. Is that a catch or what? All in all, for as far gone as this piece of wood is, not too shabby. Make an obvious dent. Those are never going to be perfect anyway. I think I'm going to call that good and move onward. I will get better as I go along, I think. Okay, I think this application cloth has about had it. I don't know what all's in this. Carnauba wax, I do know. Kill marks there. No matter. My wife will think it's beautiful. Doesn't look half bad. So now all I have to do is get it off of here. I think what I'm going to do is put this up against it, hold it with a tailstock, and while I part this off, and I will finish with a saw, I think. Don't expect this to blow up, but face shield anyway. like all that banging around. I'm going to cut it. Oh, you could almost break that off. The wood is almost a little beyond spalted. It's almost rotten. You smell hair burning. I just leaned over for a better look at the watch. I wasn't watching the flame. Okay. Almost looks like Hero, Oregon. Should have rocked that over a little bit more, spent a little more time sanding flat. This is not going on the market, so we don't care. All I need to do now, put on a little Johnson's paste wax. This was one of my early bowls. I learned a lot from it. Techniques have improved, and I've learned to do this all at once. Don't string it out over several days. This will be the last project on the old lathe I'll post, I think. Everything else will be on my new Laguna. I think I'm starting to get the hang of this. Thanks for watching.